All right. Welcome, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're going to start services. Students, please find your seats. If you would like to sit with your parents, you are welcome to. If you are not sitting with your parents, I am expecting you will behave yourselves correctly. Fair? Shah, you're fine. Okay. All right. Shabbat Shalom. Okay. I'm going to wait until everybody is ready. I'm going to wait until everybody is ready. I do not want to hear talking right now. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Well, we had a very exciting afternoon, a very loud afternoon, but with 27 children, I think that's fairly expected. I think for our first time, we did a pretty good job. We learned each other's names. We did some icebreakers. They attempted to line themselves up in height-wise with mostly success. There's some issues around height that parents, you might want to be honest with your children. That's fine. Not my job. But we had a nice time talking about Noah as well. So the Torah portion for this week is Parsha Noah. And we had some of our students learn a little origami. Not me. That was Cantor Mark. Thank you very much, Cantor Mark. And so if you get your own origami paper, your third and fourth graders can probably teach you how to do that as well. And the older students came with me and we did a little midrash. We learned a part of the story of Noah that you don't normally hear about. We heard how Noah did actually try and tell all of his neighbors what was going to happen, and they didn't believe him, and they thought that they were going to be fine, that whatever God threw at them, they would figure out how to conquer that. And sadly, that was not the case. But we had a really nice conversation about sometimes you make decisions, and if you wait too long, you can't really change those decisions. Sometimes you set things on a course, and sometimes that course is just going to have to play out. It's an important lesson that I think a lot of us adults are looking at these days and understanding just how once you get a ball rolling, it's really, really hard to stop it. So we're learning these lessons in Torah. We're learning them together. And we had a really nice time. I will get more pizza next time, I promise. Okay.
I never got pizza.
Well, that's a different issue. All right, we are going to turn our pages to page 120. We're going to start with lighting our candles. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'adlik ner shel Shabbat. Okay. Let us turn to page 127. We're going to read together in the English at the top, page 127. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. We'll sing on page 128, Hine Ma Tov, together, how good and pleasant it is for us to dwell together. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Ma Tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Ma Tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Ma Tov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. As we turn to page 138 for Lecha Dodi, we have a very special thing for you. We have a special moment. I'm missing my word. I'm going to invite Cantor Mark to come on up. If you haven't met, I hope most of you have met Cantor Mark. Cantor Mark is our new Shalom School director. We are incredibly thankful to have him. And he's brought a new tune for Lecha Dodi that our students learned and are going to help with.
Yes, I'm not singing it by myself. So if I taught this to you earlier today, come on up.
Come on up, guys. You can do it. Come on. You can leave the books down here. I have not here. Not here. That's
But these are the flames when you're done.
No, definitely do not do that.
Can we speak into these?
Well, you can stand right there. What Rabbi? Which verses?
the first and the last.
First and last. Okay. All right. Oh, uh-oh. Hold on, we've got a little technical difficulty.
I think I was knocked into it.
Something knocked into it.
Let's
That's
give
what I thought.
let's give the guitar plenty of room, please.
Yeah, I think I was
Here.
being squished.
That sounds much better. Okay.
I was really being squished.
Ready?
Adodi, Likrat Kala, Erev Shabbat, Kala, Adodi, Likrat Kala, Erev Shabbat, Kala.
I'm gonna sing the verse. Shamor v'zachor b'tzibor echad Ishmianu el ha'miyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad l'shem u'tiferet v'letila
Adodi, Leikachana, B'nei Shabbat, Hallelujah. Le'adodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah.
Oe v'shalom ateret bala Gam v'simcha u'zola Toch emunei am segula Vo'i kala lecha
Adodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Hallelujah. Adodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Hallelujah.
One more time.
Le'adodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Le'adodi, Likrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat, Kabbalah.
Yasser Koach. That means great job.
And we're
Okay.
going to stay exactly where we are because we're going to go right into the Baruch. So our students are going to lead us in the Baruch we do on Sunday mornings. So the words for Baruch are
Oh my God! One has
on a page in your books, which is page 146. But the English words are not in your books. So. All right, guys, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Yeah.
Thank you all so
Bye.
A huge thank you to Cantor Mark for bringing that tune for us and teaching it. We turn now. It's okay. Totally fine. It'll do its own thing. We turn now to page 149, and we will read together the second reading in English. This is an hour of change. Within it, we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it, we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. Page 150. We'll sing Ahavat Olam together. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu lemadeta, Otanu lemadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachvenu, Ukumenu nasiach behukecha, V'nizmach b'divrei Toratecha, U'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negei yomam v'layla, negei yomam v'layla, ve'ahavatcha al tasir, mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael, Ohev Amo Yisrael. As we turn to page 152, we come to the Shema. I'm going to invite everyone to take a moment and try and sit up a little straighter. Notice, try and get, if your feet touch the floor, then put your feet flat on the floor, kind of roll your shoulders back for a second, and feel, this is what yoga teachers will tell you, feel like there is a string that is going through you and lifting you up, like from the head all the way up, so that your body is really, really straight. Take a breath like this. Does it feel different than when we're kind of hunched over? It really does. It really does. I find it so fascinating that breathing is something that we, of course, do instinctively, and yet breathing is something we often forget to do. Right? There's a difference between surviving and thriving. It's the same in breath. There's a difference between breathing so that we can get through our days and taking in air so that our bodies are filled up with what we need. So I'm going to invite everyone to take 3 deep and intentional breaths. What is it that you need? What is it that your body needs tonight? And then when you let out whatever you don't need. All the stress, all those emails that are waiting, whatever it is, breathe it out. Breathe in Shabbat, peace, fulfillment. Breathe out anxiety and all the things that are happening around us. For now, we are here in this moment There's nothing outside as we say Shema together. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Page 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol lebavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha lema'an tizkavu va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz mitzrayim lihiot lachem le'elohim ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem emet. We also, I'm pretty sure everybody here also knows Micha Mocha. So we're going to read, before you come up, we're going to read on page 157, but I'm just giving you a heads up that I'm going to invite you guys up again in a minute. Okay. Page 157, we read at the top together. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. As we turn to page 158, I invite all of our students to come on up and help us with Micha Mocha. And try not to knock over the. Okay. Yeah, don't knock. Yeah, I trust you guys.
Yeah, we can. We're short.
Ready?
Yep. Hamo habai limadona mi hamo halet arbakodesh no ratehilo o seifela no ratehilo o seifela mi hamo habai limadona mi hamo halet arbakodesh no ratehilo oh, say farewell. No, I say hello.
Oh, say farewell. Beautiful. You guys can be seated. Thank you.
Hi.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, גאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל. Page 160 and 161, we come to Hashkivenu, the prayer that is asking for safety when we are finding ourselves surrounded in darkness. Before there were streetlights and electricity, if you came to Shabbat evening services, you would leave and it would be very, very dark. And the truth is, for most of history, not great things happen when it's very dark and people are wandering on the streets. So Hashkivenu is a prayer that said, we see you, we understand that sometimes this world is very scary, and you need something to say when we find ourselves in that moment of feeling like we're surrounded in darkness. And Hashkivenu is what we can say. Hashkivenu says, even when I can't see my comfort, even though I can't ever see or feel or touch or be sure about this thing that we call God or the divine energy or however you understand that concept, we know that it is there. And if we close our eyes and if we really think about it, often we can feel the comfort of those wings, the Shekhinah's wings, God's wings, enclosing us in a feeling of safety. And sometimes that's really all we need. We need a reminder that we are incredibly loved and that there are forces and people in our lives that are here to help us and to keep us safe. In a world where we have plenty of electricity and sometimes good streetlights, this I really feel is much more of a message to ourselves, to our souls, saying that yes, this world is hard and we are overwhelmed. But if you take a moment and you breathe through it and you find those people in your life who bring you comfort, you will feel that anytime you need it. It's there inside. You just sometimes need to let yourself feel it. So we're going to sing the first two lines of the English on 161, blended with the first four words in the Hebrew. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu, Leshalom. Let there be love again. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. As we turn to page 162, we come to V'shamru, the prayer that reminds us that if God could create the world and still take a day off, then certainly we can as well. If you are campers, okay, I expect you to sing this very loudly because I know you know these words, okay? V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheishat yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We come now to page 164 for the Amidah. We are going to sing the opening meditation together, and then we'll have time for our silent personal prayer. So you are welcome to read the words that are in the book or the words that are in your heart. And whenever you're done with your prayer, you can be seated. So I'll invite you to rise as you're able, as we'll sing on 164 together. Adonai tzefatai tiftachu fi akid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 180. Oh, say shalom b'mrumav. Huya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, imru, amen. Yaseh shalom. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu. V'al kol Yisrael, Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael. So I mentioned before that some of our students made origami doves. Does anybody want to raise their hand and tell me why you made a dove, Max? It's the animal that reached a particular thing that they were really hoping for. Laura, you want to? It is the animal that found land. And how did we know that it finally found land? If you want to try? He brought an olive leaf, right? An olive branch back, right? This is the famous thing. You'll just Google dove olive branch. You'll see a lot of pictures of it. Exactly. So the story of Noah is really a tragic, terrible story. I mean, it's not uplifting, right? This is set in a world where every single person has decided to do really the opposite of what is right. And our Midrash says that they could have done all of these terrible things and God still would have forgiven them, except thievery. There's something very particular about thievery that kind of pushed us over the edge. And God said, we got to just start this whole situation over. And I find it very interesting that it is stealing that really seems to be the core of what went wrong. Now, there's a lot of levels, right, to stealing. I will admit, I'm pretty sure I once walked out of a shoe store without paying for the socks I was wearing. It really weighed on me when I was like 10. But there are things that happen in our lives. You grab a pack of gum, and you forget to check it. Like this is normal. This is stuff that happens. Doesn't really get to the level of thievery. And we normally think of thievery as monetary, right? We're stealing something from somebody else, right? We take something that is somebody else's that's not yours. But I think that there's actually a deeper meaning that we're being pointed to here. And we see it in the way that the people responded to Noah when he was trying to tell them, guys, you have to repent. Like, you have to change your behavior. Otherwise, you're going to be destroyed. The Midrash says that Noah spent 5th and 6th years. How many years did Noah spend trying to get people to change their minds, Zoe? 120 years. And they refused. Every time they made fun of him, they said, no matter what, if God sends a flood from the groundwater and it swells up, we'll put iron bars over it. We'll be fine. And if God sends a flood of fire, we have ways to deal with that. The people kept saying, no matter what happens, we will fix it. We will figure it out. We are unbeatable. There's an interesting part of idolatry, which is a big no-no in Judaism, that I think we're actually talking about the same thing, thievery and idolatry. Because what is the thing that idolatry truly is? If you remember anything from my high holidays, you might remember this. Idolatry is giving something else divine power, right? It is pretending or really believing that something else has the power of God, right? So old school idolatry, you would have an idol, a statue, and you would pray to it, and that was a form of God. That was a no-no. But we see idolatry all the time when people think that they are able to do anything, right? There's nothing that is going to stop me. I alone can save this whole world. I know all the answers. I can see into the future, right? Those are not things that humans are capable of. We do not know everything. We can never know everything. And the moment you start thinking that you do, you're going to be led down a very bad path. So why do I think this is tied to the thievery issue in the generation of Noah? Because you see them, they are stealing that power from themselves. They have convinced themselves and each other that it is within their grasp. They can take the power of God and harness it for themselves, and they don't have to be afraid. They don't have to be afraid of anything. They don't ever have to say, I'm sorry. They don't ever have to think about their actions because nothing can hurt them. I think it is a type of thievery where you're stealing something in people's hearts. You're stealing a piece of their humanity, right? When you think that nothing can go wrong and that you have all the answers, you have lost what I think is the core of what we are, what we need, which is humility. the understanding that we are just people and we will make so many mistakes. And that's not wrong. That's not wrong. We're supposed to make mistakes. It's how we learn. It's how we figure things out. It's how we know not to do some things and how to try something else. And if you stop being able to make mistakes or seeing yourself make mistakes, then you're going to be stuck. And I think the people were stuck, right? The people of Noah's generation were stuck. They thought that nothing could defeat them. They thought they were giants among men. I mean, perhaps they actually were literally giants. We have Midrash that says these were the Nephilim. They was the hybrid angel-human situation. They're actual giants. But the truth is, none of us are infallible. None of us can see the future. And none of us can outrun a flood. None of us can outrun nature. We don't have the control we wish we did. And that's just part of living in this world. We are subject to the world around us. We are subject to rain and fire and storms and hurricanes and tornadoes. We are subject to all of these things that could rip us away in a moment, could rip everything that we know away in a moment. And that knowledge gives us, to be honest, a level of power. We can exist knowing that things can go wrong. I think that's very brave. I think it's a lot harder to be active in our world knowing that we might be wrong, or that something might go wrong, or that what if we don't have the result we want, and you still choose to do that thing because you believe it's right. That's very brave. It's very brave. And so what I'm hoping that our students are continuing to learn is that our heroes of the Torah are very complicated people, and they are indeed people. Every single person we read about in Torah made at least one mistake, and we don't run away from that, right? We talk about that, and we look into that, and we explore that, and that's a good thing. And secondly, that as you grow up, it tends to be a thing that when you're younger, you feel invincible, right? You feel like nothing in the world is going to harm you, that nothing is ever going to go wrong for you, that, anything can happen, and anything can, of course, happen in a good way. But I really hope that as you continue to grow, you keep a level of humility in your core, reminding yourselves that if someone comes to you and says, I know what you need to do to be cool or popular or whatever, just do exactly what I say, that you will have a moment where you'll say, maybe I should think about this. Maybe this person doesn't know everything. Maybe I should take a step back and decide, is this an action I actually want to take? Or is this something I'm feeling pressured into doing? Because that is part of being a human, is figuring that stuff out. And part of being a human is actually forgetting it sometimes and doing some stuff that we'll regret later. Right? Maybe you're not going to steal a pair of socks, but you might hurt someone's feelings, right? You might make someone not want to be your friend anymore. We've all had those moments. The important thing is that we can look at ourselves and notice what we did wrong and then apologize and change our behavior and try and do better next time. So Noah was someone who tried to tell people what was going to happen. And when he couldn't get through, he just did what he knew was right. He continued doing what he knew was right. And he figured that whatever was going to happen will happen, and I'm going to kind of leave the future in God's hands. I hope that we get to land. I hope that we survive. But the truth is, he spent 40 days on a boat, really not knowing if they were ever going to see land again. And it was by a miracle that they were. So there are miracles in our world if we allow them to come. There are good things in our world if we look for them. And every single one of our mistakes can be transformed into merit. Every time we make a mistake, you have to think about it as an opportunity to learn something and to do better next time. So I hope that you got some of those messages. I hope that we can find a way to bring a little bit more peace and wholeness into our world through our behavior. And we can emulate the dove, bringing peace into our world by being good to each other, by being friends, by being caring, and by keeping in our minds that, no, we do not actually know everything, and that's okay. So Shabbat Shalom. We're going to turn to page 586, and I'll invite you to rise for the Aleinu. I'll invite you to rise as you're able for the Aleinu. Second Aleinu paragraph. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol latet gerula liyotzeh bereshit shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chalkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam v'anachnu korim umishtachavim umodim Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Top of 588. Shehu notei shamayim v'yosei haaretz u'Moshe v'yikara v'shamayim ima'al u'shchinatu zo v'govei meromim hu Eloheinu einot Emet Malkeinu Efes Ulato Kakatuv B'Torato Yadata Hayom B'Hashevota Elevavecha Ki Adonai Hu HaElohim B'Shamayim Nimah V'Yal Haaretz Mitachat Einod, middle of 591. V'na'amar, v'haya Adonai, l'melech al kol ha'aretz. V'yom hahu, yihya Adonai echad. U'shemo echad. All right, I'm going to invite you to be seated. As we turn to page 598, we think of all of those who have passed, either recently or in this time in previous years. In our community, we are thinking of Lester L. Hurwitz, J. John Fox, Annie Aronson, Samuel Rabinovitz, Martin H. Ross, Mary Rovner, Max Miller, Arkady Sarabiani, Celia Romelt, Harvey R. Hurwitz, Fanny Friedman, Michael Jacob Kibble, Pearl Diliak. If you're in a period of mourning or observing a yard site, I invite you to say those names out loud or in your heart. We think of all of those who have died in disasters, both natural and man-made. We think of those who have died in fighting for their rights and freedoms. We think of those who have died in Israel and in Gaza. We think of those who died in the Shoah. And we think of those who have no one left to say Kaddish for them. I invite you to rise as you're able as we say Kaddish together on page 598. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah v'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlech malchuteh v'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei dochol beit Yisrael v'agala uvizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitchoman v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei t'kudsha berechu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata ta'amiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mamav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May peace be sent to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. You may be seated. Before we do our closing song of Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, a couple announcements. this is important if you have students in Shalom School. Our 3rd through 6th grade retreat is the weekend of November before Thanksgiving. So that's the one before Thanksgiving. We will come here Friday at 3:30. The students will have the option of sleeping over the temple that night. I will be looking for parent volunteers. You'll be getting information. I do not sleep at the temple. I am hoping other parents will be the brave saviors and take that on themselves. We had a great group last year who stayed the whole night. So definitely mark that down in your folder, in your calendars. The Monday night Hebrew class begins this upcoming Monday. If you haven't registered, please do, and I'll get you what you need. Sorry. There is a Seeker series. We are going to be on November 5th at Hannah's Brewery talking about demons and supernatural in Judaism. So come to that. I think I said 7, but you can double check. 6 or 7. And everything else, just keep your eyes on your email. A lot of stuff happening.
There's services on November 7th.
Do you want to come up here and say that?
Sure. Glass of water.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, you do that.
Okay. Yeah, so services coming up Friday, November 7th. There's an Erev Shabbat at 7:30. Saturday, November 8th is a drumming Shabbat at 10 a.m. Friday, November 14th is an Erev Shabbat. Friday, November 21st is a Shabbat service, and that one's another early one at 6. There is Torah study is on Sunday the 26th. That's this Sunday. We have the drum circle that meets on Thursday, alternate Thursdays. I think that covers
That's
it.
good enough. I think that's it.
Good enough.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, by the way, I'm Ann Starr, and I'm representing the General Counsel.
Thank you so much, Ann. All right, I'll invite all of our students to come on up for our final song. If you are not in 3rd grade, but you want to come up, you're welcome to. You all know this one. Come on up. Dude, come on, just leave it.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Shalom Aleinu. Odavo Shalom Aleinu. Shalom Aleinu. Shalom Aleinu. Odavo Shalom Aleinu. Odavo Shalom Aleinu. Salam Aleinu ve'avoam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'avoam. Salam, salam. Shalom Aleinu. Odavo Shalom Aleinu. Odavo Shalom Aleinu. Eyadulam. Odavo Shalom Aleinu. Odavo Shalom Aleinu. Odavo Shalom Aleinu.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
In a moment, make sure you come grab a
Shabbat
wine
shalom.
or a grape juice, and we will
Shabbat
meet over
shalom.
in the Oneg room.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. We'll come meet in
Shabbat
the
shalom.
Oneg room. Stop. Lewis.
We're on YouTube.
Might be the traditional